My beloved, my divine one, my child of light whom God whispers about when heaven grows silent. Why are your hands trembling right now? Because your soul already knows. This isn't just another message. This is the moment where everything shifts, but you can't see it, not yet. Your name has been echoing through the heavens since last night, along with someone you love with all your heart. Someone who looked into your eyes and promised things only angels could have stitched into your destiny. That person is hiding something so deep, even they cry at night because of it. But you were never meant to be the last to know. Archangel Michael has been trying to reach you since that sacred hour when the stars changed direction. You felt it, didn't you? The uneasiness, the way your heart beat fast out of nowhere, the shift in your sleep. That wasn't anxiety. That was God's siren telling your spirit, wake up, you're being lied to again. And this time, beloved, it's not a small lie. You were excluded from a secret you had the right to know. Not just last night, not just this week, but since the beginning of this connection. Your love is pure. You give without checking who's watching. You forgive the very wounds that were left open on purpose. And this person, oh God, this person knows you'll never question them. That's what makes this so dangerous, because everybody knows what happened except you. Heaven is begging, don't skip this again. Not when you're being left in the dark about something that happened just hours ago. Not when someone you trust just smiled in your face, but was saying your name in a room you weren't invited to. You weren't supposed to hear that conversation, but now Archangel Michael has been given full permission to reveal it all. If you're ready to stop ignoring the signs, this message isn't here to scare you. It's here to protect you before it's too late. Because what happened last night is already changing your future, the plan, the phone call, the photo. There was a moment you should have been included, but instead your name was whispered without love, without your knowledge, and without your consent. Heaven is in mourning today because God sees your heart breaking in slow motion. Yet you're still defending someone who wouldn't even tell you the truth. Beloved, this isn't about suspicion. This is about spiritual confirmation. What you're feeling in your gut right now isn't paranoia, it's prophecy, and this is where the real miracle begins. If you stay with me and don't skip this before we continue, beloved soul, if you feel this message calling out to your spirit, if you feel Archangel Michael wrapping his wings around you as you read these lines, then subscribe right now so you never miss the whispers meant only for you. Because next time, it won't just be a message, it will be a miracle knocking at your door. Stay connected with heaven, stay chosen. They didn't expect you to ever find out. They thought you'd stay naive. They planned it that way because when love like yours is too unconditional, people start hiding behind your kindness. But heaven didn't send you here to be anyone's blindfolded servant. You were chosen to see truth, not to chase illusions. Last night, someone made a decision, and you weren't even told. They think you're not strong enough to handle it. They think if you find out, you'll break. But I, Archangel Michael, stand here as your divine witness. You will not break. You will rise because no secret is strong enough to drown a soul that heaven chose to protect. They made plans about your life without including you, and some of those plans weren't kind. But today, God said, enough. You've cried too much over people who were silently clapping when you struggled. Now it's your time. Your time to see, your time to know, your time to rise and never again be the last to hear the truth. Don't let their soft voice fool you. Don't let their touch make you forget how many times your intuition screamed and you silenced it for love. Because what happened last night was meant to break your illusion so your reality could begin. The truth is coming like a wave. You can fight it or you can let it cleanse every lie that's ever touched your heart. But don't delay, beloved, because they're watching your every move today. Yes, even now they want to know if you found this message, because the moment you do, they'll feel it. Your spirit will begin to shine again, and nothing scares the enemy more than your soul waking up. You were never ordinary and they knew that. That's why they worked overtime to keep you out of the loop. This is the moment your spirit reclaims its power. Right now, declare to the universe and to heaven that your eyes are open and you will no longer be kept in the dark. Type, "I claim the truth," in the comments below as an undeniable statement of your awakening. As you write it, feel the heavy weight of deceit falling away from your heart, but heaven is done staying silent. God is not asking you to stop loving, but He is commanding you to stop sacrificing your truth. Because if you ignore this message, you'll keep living a story that was edited without your permission. This is your chapter to rewrite. This is your divine cue to rise, and this time you don't need their approval, you just need your own awakening. And when God calls you to rewrite your chapter, He may also place a clear and faithful path before you to rebuild the areas of your life where fear and uncertainty have kept you stuck. Everything I have covered across this channel is now in one place. The prayers, the teachings, the daily blessings, it is all inside the Daily Miracle Manual. Link in the description. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let us open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear. You are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. A path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comments below. Now stay with me, because this awakening is only the beginning, and heaven is about to reveal why you were guided here. My beloved, my child of light, born from the breath of heaven, I need you to sit still for a moment. Take a breath. You are guided here not by accident, not by curiosity, but by something greater, something beyond the surface of this world. You're not reading this by mistake. This message was requested in heaven last night, and Archangel Michael himself stood in front of the throne and said your name. He said it because someone tried to keep something from you, someone you loved deeply, someone you thought would never lie. But last night something was said, something was done. And everybody knows it, except you. I'm sorry, beloved, because I know how much your heart has already endured. But this message is your armor now and your sword. Because what I'm about to say isn't sweet, but it is sacred. This person who holds so much of your heart, they've been hiding a truth so bitter it would leave your soul stunned. Not because they don't care, but because they fear the consequences of being honest with someone as pure as you. They know you give love like a river that never dries. They know you forgive before they even explain. They know you would rather hurt than let them feel pain. And that's what they've used against you. They have kept you in the dark, and called it protection. They've convinced you that silence is peace when it's actually control. Last night, a conversation took place, a meeting of words behind closed doors. And your name came up, but not with love, not with the reverence you deserve. It was casual, dismissive, like you were a detail instead of a destiny. My child, I need you to understand something important. Heaven sees what happens in secret, and even when you don't hear the whispers, God hears them all. Archangel Michael was sent to shield your heart before it shattered further, because the path you're walking was never supposed to be this heavy. Yes, you were chosen for deep love. Yes, you carry divine compassion, but you were never created to carry lies in silence. The person you love has told everyone everything except you. They've shared pieces of your future with people who don't even pray for you. They've asked for advice from voices that don't know your soul. And while you sleep, while you wait, while you love, they cover up a truth that would change everything if you knew it. But the time for secrets is over. Heaven has stepped in. You've cried too long. You've waited too patiently. You've sacrificed too deeply. Now is the time for revelation. Now is the time for reversal, because what happened last night has the power to reroute your destiny. And if you don't see it now, you'll be living a script that was written without your soul's consent. So God is handing you the pen, and Archangel Michael is handing you the sword. Will you write the truth? Will you cut through the illusion? Because everyone knows everyone but you. And I refuse to let you be the last to know the bitterness of this truth. It will sting, but the freedom on the other side will be worth it, because you were made for more than apologies that never come. You were made for more than late-night silences and unanswered questions. You were made to be loved in truth, to be chosen in public, to be honored when you're not around. And if the person you love cannot give you that, then God will replace them with someone who will, because He has heard your soul whispering for clarity. He has watched your tears fall without sound. This message is the sound of heaven answering. You will not walk blindfolded anymore. Heaven has heard your silent tears and is answering you in this very second. I invite you to seal this divine breakthrough right now. Type, "Heaven answers me," in the comments as a physical declaration that you are ready to receive total clarity. Let those words be your firm refusal to ever settle for half-truths again. You will not beg for honesty, because today the truth has come to you from heaven, from Archangel Michael, from the one who saw everything last night. And now, my beloved, you get to choose. Do you close your eyes again, or do you open your soul to the light pouring through this moment? One thing is certain, this message was sent because time is running short, and if you delay too long, the moment will pass. But for now, right now, you still have a chance to reclaim your peace, to remember who you are. You are not forgotten, you are not foolish, you are fierce, you are favored, and you are finally free. There are things they said last night that would have made you question everything you've been trusting. They didn't speak about you with protection. They didn't carry your name like something sacred. It was passed around in casual tones, shared in sentences that carried no weight of loyalty. You, who love with depth and intention, were discussed like a situation to manage, like a secret to keep tucked away. Beloved, can you feel the shift in your spirit even now? That sudden rise in your chest, that's not fear. That's clarity arriving. That's Archangel Michael peeling back the veil they tried to sew shut with smiles and distractions. This isn't just about the person you love. It's about the pattern heaven has been watching unfold for too long. You keep waiting for someone to rise to your level of love, but they keep sinking into shadows. And now you stand at a divine crossroads. One road keeps you blind, keeps you guessing, keeps you apologizing for things that were never your fault. The other road will require courage, silence from the noise, and an unwavering trust that if God is exposing something, it's because He's ready to bless you beyond the betrayal. But first, the veil must fall. First, the lie must be known, the truth they didn't tell you last night, the thing they carefully avoided mentioning. It's the one thing you keep sensing but can't explain. You felt the energy shift. You've seen their eyes hesitate. You've noticed the sudden need to keep their phone turned down, their words rehearsed, their affection inconsistent. These are not just signs, they are signals, divine ones. Heaven has watched long enough. So now, beloved, you're being asked to do what they never expected. Open your soul to the truth and let it do what love was never allowed to do, protect you. You may think, but what if I'm wrong? But the better question is, what if you're finally right? What if your intuition has been accurate all along? What if the sleepless nights, the silent prayers, the moments where you felt like something was missing weren't paranoia, but prophecy? Archangel Michael isn't bringing this message lightly. He's not here to ruin anything. He's here because something precious was being ruined in slow motion and you were calling it patience. But love that requires blindness is not divine. Love that hides behind half-truths is not sacred. And the person you love, they may be trying to change, yes, but change without truth is just performance. God didn't write your name in the book of life for a performance. He wrote it for a purpose, and your purpose isn't to be an option in someone else's life while they treat others like priority. Your destiny isn't to remain quiet so others can be comfortable. What happened last night may not have been physical, but it was spiritual. It was an alignment, a decision, a moment of confession to someone else about a truth you never received. Heaven says you deserve to know because without the truth, your healing stays paused, your heart stays guessing, your worth stays caged, and you were made for open skies, not locked doors. You were made to be a partner, not a placeholder. So take a deep breath now. You're not alone in this. The angels are circling around you. Your ancestors are whispering strength through your bones, and Archangel Michael is standing right beside you, sword drawn, saying, "Let the truth be known." When it is, you won't crumble. You'll rise. You'll finally stop making excuses for their silence. You'll stop overcompensating for their emotional absence. You'll stop praying that maybe one day they'll wake up and realize what you've always been. Because the truth is, they already know. They know who you are. They know how deeply you love. That's why they've kept things from you, because they were never afraid of losing you. They were afraid of losing the control your unawareness gave them. But no more. That season ends now. You've crossed the threshold. You've opened the message heaven begged you not to skip. And because of that, miracles will begin. Not the type of miracle that keeps the lie in place. No, the kind that begins with truth and ends in freedom. The kind that shakes the ground beneath deception. The kind that restores everything you gave up trying to protect something that never protected you back. You may cry, that's okay. Crying isn't weakness, it's a sacred baptism. Let the tears come if they must. Let them cleanse the places where confusion lived. Because after the tears comes the truth, and after the truth comes peace. Beloved, you haven't had peace in a long, long time. But now it's being delivered to you like a letter written in the ink of angels, like a scroll unsealed by heaven. And your name is written all over this new beginning, so read it again if you must feel it in your spirit. The person you love has kept something from you. Last night it reached its breaking point. The universe, the divine, your own body tried to warn you. And now, Archangel Michael is no longer whispering, he is commanding. This is your sign. This is your moment. Do not ignore it. If you do, you'll feel it in your soul for years to come. But if you don't, if you rise now, if you listen and act in alignment, the lies will dissolve, the illusion will break, and the blessing that's been hovering over your life will finally land. Not on deception, not on delay, but on the sacred ground of your truth. We are shifting this message from revelation into active transformation. To anchor this divine release into your physical reality, type, "I walk in divine truth," in the comments below. Do not type it with doubt. Write it as a decree that your life is instantly aligning with light, peace, and freedom. You may think it's safer to not know. You may think that if you just love harder, pray longer, be more patient, then maybe they'll eventually confess. But what if I told you God never intended for you to wait for someone else to free you? What if I told you freedom doesn't come from their honesty, but from your decision to finally accept what your spirit has been screaming for months? You don't need them to admit it. because heaven already revealed it. And when heaven reveals, it's not gossip, it's divine justice. The lie was never just about what they did. It's about what they made you believe, that you were overthinking, that you were too sensitive, that your intuition was imagination. But Archangel Michael wants to tell you something sacred right now. Your sensitivity is your gift. Your intuition is heaven's megaphone. Every time you ignored it, a part of your soul dimmed, but not anymore, because now the light is coming back slowly, powerfully, gloriously. You've been living in shadows made by someone else's deception, trying to water a garden with a cup they kept empty. Now the soil is dry, the roots are tired, and your soul is crying out for a new beginning. Heaven has heard that cry. The betrayal you sense may not be loud, but it is present. It might not look like cheating in the way the world describes it, but emotional betrayal, spiritual hiding, soul detachment, those wounds are just as sharp. You've been bandaging those cuts with silence, pretending the bleeding will stop on its own. But truth is the only medicine, and this message is the prescription your soul's been begging for, a dose of clarity written in holy words carried by Archangel Michael's wings. And let me tell you something miraculous. When God allows the truth to reach you, it means He's already prepared the healing that follows it. As God begins restoring your heart through truth, He may also place a simple and faithful path before you to bring clarity and peace to the practical burdens you have been carrying in silence. The complete guide, every daily prayer, every spiritual tool, everything I've put together to help you grow your faith is down in the description. It's called the Daily Miracle Manual. Now stay right here with me because, as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small, faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comments below. Now stay with me because the healing heaven has prepared is already beginning to reach the deepest places within you. You won't stay broken. You won't stay questioning, because the moment you surrender the need to be lied to is the moment your spirit starts to breathe again. You've been gasping, haven't you? In the quiet, in the waiting, in the nights where you stared at the ceiling, wondering what your heart was picking up that your mind couldn't explain. That was the divine alarm. That was your inner knowing rising like a tide, trying to push you to the truth. You weren't paranoid, you were prophetic. And now you're finally receiving confirmation, not because God wants to hurt you, but because He wants to resurrect you. Yes, resurrection. Because this version of you, the one who kept shrinking to stay loved, the one who accepted half-truths because full truths seemed too rare, the one who hoped that maybe love would eventually become honest if you just waited long enough. That version of you is laying down now, not in defeat, but in sacred surrender, because a new version is rising. One that knows their worth, one that hears their intuition and doesn't dismiss it, one that sees dishonesty not as a challenge, but as a redirection. You've been in a loop, my love, a loop of hoping and hurting. But that loop ends today because heaven said so, because Archangel Michael intervened, because your ancestors sent this moment like a trumpet to shake you free from the illusion. The person you love may still be lying. They may even still be smiling in your face. But now you know, now you see, now you feel it in a way that no amount of pretending can hide. And here's the miracle part: once you see, you can't unsee. Once you know, you can't unknow. And once your soul starts healing, it becomes dangerous to every lie that tried to keep you small. You are no longer target for manipulation. You are an unstoppable force of light. Declare your spiritual elevation right now by typing "My soul is restored" in the comments below. Let every keystroke act as a signal to heaven that you are stepping fully into your divine power and self-worth. You become a threat to manipulation. You become untouchable to dishonor. You begin to glow in a way that makes truth gravitate toward you and deception run. That's what's happening now. Can you feel it? It's subtle but powerful. Your spirit is growing wings again, and where there were once shackles of confusion, now there's wind. Yes, they may come back. Yes, they may try to explain it all away. But this time you'll hear the difference. You won't fall for tone over truth. You won't confuse closeness with commitment. You'll feel the weight of their words, and you'll know, not because someone told you, but because heaven confirmed it. And now, beloved, the angels are celebrating not because of what was lost, but because of what's finally being reclaimed. You, your peace, your power, your prophetic knowing. You never needed someone to complete you. You only needed the truth to stop hiding. And now that it's here, the path ahead may be lonely for a little while. But don't fear the emptiness, because in that emptiness, God is about to fill you with so much clarity, confidence, and divine compensation. You won't even recognize the version of you that once begged for the bare minimum. You are being reborn through this truth, not destroyed by it. You are being called higher, not pushed away. And as hard as this may feel, it is sacred, it is holy. It is the beginning of everything your soul came here for, so walk forward now. No more pretending, no more waiting for a confession that will never come. You don't need it. You have the truth, you have your angels, you have this moment. And most importantly, you have yourself, fully, finally, fiercely. You may not realize it now, but this is the most powerful point of your journey. Not when they loved you, not when they promised forever, but right now when you finally stopped waiting to be told the truth and started choosing to live in it. That moment, that sacred pivot in your soul is what shifts everything. This is where heaven steps in and says, now they're ready. Ready for love that doesn't hide. Ready for blessings that don't come with pain. Ready for companionship that feels like peace, not a puzzle. You see, beloved, God never wanted to withhold joy from you. But joy built on deception isn't joy, it's a trap. And too many times you smiled while you were silently suffocating. You forgave while bleeding. You waited while being forgotten. And all the while your spirit whispered, please let this be the last time, and heaven heard it. What happened last night wasn't just a conversation. It was a spiritual contract being written without your name on it. Plans made that didn't include you, but would deeply affect you. You were never meant to be the last to find out. But God allowed it to happen, because the time had come for masks to fall and souls to be seen. You are not here to be someone's secret. You are here to be someone's sacred. If someone cannot stand in the truth with you, they were never standing for you. If they hide parts of their life from you, they are not offering love, they are offering performance. And your soul is not a stage, it is a sanctuary, and heaven just reclaimed it for you. So now what do you do with this holy awareness that's cracking through your chest like sunrise after a long night? You honor it. You stop pretending. You stop rationalizing. You stop turning pain into poetry just to make it bearable. This time you let the truth be what it is, not to destroy you, but to deliver you. God is not just removing deception. He is repositioning you, because the version of you that tolerated lies cannot walk into the places He's about to take you. And yes, it will be hard. Saying goodbye to illusion always is. But what's on the other side will be worth every tear you've cried in silence. You will look back at this moment not with bitterness, but with awe. You'll say, "That's the day everything changed. That's the day I stopped betraying myself." You are stepping into a season where clarity will not be painful, it will be powerful, where peace will not feel like a guest, but like home. You'll begin to attract only what aligns with your truth. No more guessing, no more doubting, no more loving people who are at war with themselves and taking you down with them. The version of you that tolerated dishonesty is being laid to rest with love, not shame, not anger, but with deep spiritual respect, because that version of you was trying their best. That version of you was loyal, patient, compassionate, and they deserve gratitude, not guilt. But the you that rises from this truth will not need to beg for honesty. They will not need to chase closure because they are walking in full awareness surrounded by heaven's protection. And Archangel Michael, he is still here. He never left your side. He was with you in the moments when you almost gave up, when you thought, maybe I'm the problem, when you cried into your pillow praying for a sign. This is your sign. This message is his sword slicing through the fog that's kept your vision clouded. And he wants you to know you were never wrong to feel what you felt. You were never too much. You were never asking for too much. You were simply asking the wrong people to give what they never intended to. But now the ask ends and the receiving begins because heaven has prepared a table before you, not in secrecy, but in presence, in light, in truth. So breathe now, deep and fully. Let this truth enter your bones. Let it echo through the chambers of your heart that still ache for clarity. You're not going to get answers from them, but you don't need them anymore. You got your answer from heaven. And what heaven reveals, no man can hide. The person who tried to keep this from you, pray for them, but don't wait for them. Forgive them, but don't follow them. Bless them, but don't betray yourself to keep them. You are walking forward, not bitter, but better, not broken, but built by truth. This is your new beginning. The sun is rising again in your spirit. The storm has spoken its last word. And now, beloved, so will you. Speak love, speak truth. Speak your future into existence. As you do, watch how every lie fades. Watch how every delay lifts. Watch how God replaces what they tried to hide from you with blessings that cannot be stolen, only delivered. You made it. You're awake, and nothing can stop you now. You've been chosen to know, and now you're free. You may not understand everything today, but that's okay. Awakening doesn't always come with full explanations. It comes with peace. And peace is exactly what's arriving now, pouring into the places where confusion once lived. For so long, you've fought for answers. You've begged the sky, cried into your hands, asking why your love wasn't enough to make them tell the truth. But child, it was never about your love. Your love is holy. Your love was never the problem. If you want the full guide with every prayer and lesson I've compiled for this community, check the description for the Daily Miracle Manual. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let us finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Their silence was their fear, their inability to meet you where your soul lives. And you must not carry guilt for another's inability to be real with you. You are not here to carry secrets that were never yours to hold. You are here to walk in light, and light always exposes what darkness tries to keep hidden. There was a moment last night, my beloved, where their mask nearly slipped. A glance, a hesitation, a silence too long, and your spirit noticed. Your heart caught it, but your mind, loyal and protective, tried to override it. You wanted so badly to believe in them that you betrayed your own knowing just to stay close. But now heaven is reclaiming your intuition, restoring the trust you had in yourself. No more bending backward for people who only face you when it benefits them. No more apologizing for sensing what they won't admit. You were right to feel off. You were right to pause. You were right to wonder. And now that wondering is over, the truth is here. And in its light, you don't need to explain anything to anyone, not even them. You see, God didn't send this message to hurt you. He sent it to heal you. Because what happened last night isn't the first time. It's just the first time heaven said enough. You've given too many passes, too many second chances disguised as grace. But now that grace is turning inward. Now you are the one receiving what you've poured out so endlessly. For every night you cried yourself to sleep, for every time you questioned your own mind, for every moment you felt crazy for sensing something was wrong, justice is coming, not as punishment to them, but as restoration to you. Your dignity is being returned. Your softness is being honored. Your trust is being recalibrated, and the person you love, they may still not confess. They may continue pretending, but their heart knows and their soul knows that you were the one, that you were the light, that they mishandled something heaven had assigned to bless them. And that's not your burden to carry anymore. You are not responsible for their awareness, only your own. Now that you truly know what's been whispered behind your back, you don't need to go chasing it. Let it unravel. Let it reveal itself in perfect divine timing, because heaven's truth is patient, but it is powerful, and when it unfolds, no lie can withstand its force. There's a new version of you emerging, one who no longer needs approval to believe their own gut, one who doesn't justify dishonesty just to avoid being alone. Because now you know it's lonelier to be in a relationship with a liar than to be single in your truth. You are not alone, you were never alone. Even when they left you in the dark, heaven was watching. Even when they lied to your face, Archangel Michael was standing behind them, shielding your heart from worse pain. You were protected even in your betrayal. And now, child, now you are being elevated. Heaven does not leave truth-bearers behind, heaven exalts them. You were never asking for too much. You were just asking someone who was hiding too much. But now the masks are falling, the illusions are breaking, and the real ones are being revealed. You will see who is meant for you by who steps into the truth with you. You will see who's real by who can look you in the eye without flinching. And the rest, the ones who fumble, who dodge, who accuse you of overreacting, let them fall away. That is their exit, not your failure. Beloved, the angels are rejoicing because you finally chose you. Not their version of you, not their expectation of who you should be, but the real you. The one who hears the divine, the one who sees through the veil. The one who refuses to stay silent while being slowly shattered. You are rising now. And as you rise, everything false will fall away. The connections, the titles, the attachments. Let them, because what's coming is pure. What's coming is real. What's coming is exactly what your soul deserves. So close your eyes tonight and breathe. Feel the calm, the storm is over. The worst of it was believing you had to stay quiet to be loved. But now you know, real love doesn't ask for your silence, it asks for your truth. And the ones who are meant for you will meet you there in that sacred space where honesty lives and peace begins. You are home now, not in a person, not in a place, but in yourself. And from that place, every miracle you've prayed for will begin. Because heaven always responds to the child who refuses to stay asleep in a world of secrets. You woke up. You heard the call. You didn't skip this. And because of that, your reward is already on its way. Now that you've seen the truth with spiritual eyes, you'll never walk blindly again. There's a strength forming inside of you that didn't exist before. It's not loud, it's not angry, it's not revengeful. It's sacred, quiet, resolute. It moves through your body like holy fire, burning away what no longer serves your future. And the most powerful thing about this new strength is that it's yours. It didn't come from them. It didn't come from begging or waiting or proving your worth to people who couldn't even recognize the treasure standing right in front of them. This strength came from God, from your surrender, from the moment you finally said, "I choose peace, even if it means walking away from what I once prayed for." That child is the sound of chains breaking. You once thought losing them would break you, but now you realize keeping them was breaking you slowly every day, in the quiet places of your soul where you never told anyone how confused you were, in the little compromises, in the way you lowered your voice just to keep theirs loud, in the way you stopped asking questions because you already knew the answers would hurt. And still you stayed, not because you were weak, but because your heart is wired for love. And that love made you see hope where there was manipulation. It made you give grace where there was deceit. But God is restoring your eyes now. He's anointing your vision with holy clarity, and you won't mistake shadows for love again. Archangel Michael wants you to know this: you were never abandoned. Even in their silence, even when you were lied to, even when you felt discarded, you were surrounded. Heaven was circling your soul like a shield, whispering into your spirit, preparing you for this very moment, the moment you would awaken, the moment you would no longer need their confession to validate your intuition, the moment you would reclaim your own voice. Not the one they liked, not the one you quieted to keep peace, but the one God gave you, the one that speaks with truth and tenderness, wrapped in fire and grace. You are not fragile, you are forged. And this fire did not destroy you, it revealed you. Now the sky is opening over your name. The angels are already rearranging your path. Doors are unlocking that were previously hidden. Delays are being removed that were spiritually placed until you remembered who you are, because God couldn't bless a version of you that was still clinging to a lie. But now you're walking in alignment, and when your walk aligns with truth, heaven responds. People will wonder how you got so strong, how you radiate so much peace. They won't know the nights you spent crying into your pillow, the hours you laid in bed questioning everything. But that's okay, because your strength wasn't meant to be explained, it was meant to be lived. You may still feel the ache, that's normal. Truth doesn't numb you, it refines you. It scrapes away the illusion gently, painfully, beautifully. You will still have moments where you remember what could have been, but don't linger there too long, because what could have been was built on what never truly was. Now that you see it clearly, you don't need to keep imagining it differently. You need to imagine something greater, something real, something sacred, and heaven will send it. When the lie leaves, the truth has room to walk in, and that includes love, real love. Not the one you had to beg for, not the one that made you question your worth, but the kind that looks you in the eye and says, "I see you fully and I'm staying." You've waited for so long to be chosen, but beloved, you were always chosen, not by them, but by God before you were ever born. This experience, this heartbreak, this revelation was not the end of your story, it was the unveiling. The part where your heart graduates into wisdom. The chapter where your silence becomes a roar, where your pain becomes a platform, where your soul rises with wings made from every tear you cried. You are no longer who you were yesterday. You've crossed through something only few ever survive, and you did it with dignity, with softness, with spiritual strength that makes heaven proud. Archangel Michael bows to your resilience. Heaven salutes your courage, because today you chose truth over comfort, clarity over illusion, peace over performance. And though the road ahead may be unfamiliar, it is holy, because now it is yours, not theirs, and every step you take will be guided. You'll begin to meet people who feel like sunlight, conversations that feel like healing, moments that feel like answers. This is your reward, not because you suffered, but because you listened. You listened to your soul, you didn't skip this. You didn't turn away when it was hard. You stood still, you opened your heart, and heaven met you here. So now walk forward with grace. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't need to fight to be believed. You know what you felt, you know what you saw, and more importantly, you know what God revealed. Let that be enough. Let that be your peace. Let that be the reason you never go back to what once cost you your light. You were not born to dim, you were born to burn with divine purpose. And now that purpose begins. Carry this truth with you, beloved. Walk forward in peace, knowing that heaven has not forgotten you and that your light is only beginning to rise. And remember, beloved, these messages continue because of people like you. We run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.